welcome to my channel. I'm Jen. Thank you so much for joining me. I know I don't show my face on here a lot because mainly I'm doing plan with me's and planner hauls, so to say, flip throughs, things like that. And it's a lot of like hands. So today we're going to just chat a little bit about Cricut machines. I know there's a lot of people in the planner community, and most likely if you're watching this video and you're subscribed, then you are in the planner community that want to make their own stickers, or I've also made like dashboards or bookmarks or cut little bits and pieces for my spreads. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. Even make charms for your planner, which we'll get to at some point. But I just purchased a brand new Cricut. I am not new to Cricut. I've been using mine's like almost 8 years old, I think. I was trying to figure it out. And I bought it before we moved, and we've been in our house for almost 7 years, which is crazy. So this is the one I got. Okay, it is not the newest model. It is not the biggest, like best model. It's the Explorer Air 2. I had an Explorer. I still have it. It's broken, unfortunately. I broke the door on it. I think it's just from age, and one piece broke off, and then I had to open it manually, and then the second piece broke off, and now it won't stay open, the bottom door. And you have to have the bottom door open for it to function. So the machine technically functions. My husband's going to try, and we looked some stuff up. We opened it up. We both agreed that it had cracked. The pieces, they're just plastic. The pieces that cracked. There is a fix for it. It's going to take a little finagling, and it's Christmas. We might have to break a couple like non-essential pieces in there to get the fix in. It might be involved. It may not be doable. We don't know how long that machine's going to last. I looked at buying like another broken machine and replacing the door, pulling the door off and putting it on mine. And my husband and I agree for the amount extra, I could get a brand new machine. And if we're able to fix the other one, I'll have two, which means I can cut at the same time on two machines. That's not something I personally need to do a lot of, but in the past, I definitely could have used a second machine during bigger projects. I've made invitations mostly for like my sister's bridal shower. I helped her make some ones. I've made Christmas cards for people. Like when I'm making like a lot of something, two machines would be really helpful. But it was never necessary, so that's why I've had that same machine for 8 years. It's worked perfectly fine. It's an amazing machine. They're built, I don't know if I would say they're built to last, because I see people have issues, but they're built well. They use good technology. They're constantly trying to improve it. It's a good, solid company, I would say. I've met the CEO. He's so nice. He's very interactive on social media, and he's just very passionate about this company. And I mean, I wish all people that were like running things were that passionate about something. I love my Cricut. I've been doing my Cricut longer than I've been decorative planning. I've been doing it, like I said, for at least 8 years, I think. I've done craft shows. Before we moved, I did craft shows back in where we used to live. I've made labels for our jam. We did that as supplemental income for a while when my husband got laid off, and that was amazing. I've made shirts for my girls and my godchildren and my friends. I've made personalized items. We've made all kinds of stuff. It's crazy. I have replaced parts on my husband's phone. Like he had a piece that we purchased a new piece and it didn't like match anymore, and we were able to put a piece of vinyl over it to make his phone look like it had never been broken. It was like a cosmetic thing, but it's crazy some of the stuff you can make and how tiny this thing will cut or draw. It's amazing. You can make coloring sheets for your kids. You can make cards. You can make personalized anything. It's a cool machine, and it cuts a lot of stuff. I've wanted to upgrade to a maker for a long time, but I chose not to because one, it's more expensive. The cost didn't make sense to me right now. I'm just not going to use those extra features. It's got a lot of extra features. It's got a better system. I don't know if better is the right word. a stronger system for cutting. The tools are a little different. It's got gears in the tools that move differently, so it can cut more materials. But it just, financially, it's not because we can't afford it. It just doesn't make sense. I'm not going to use all those things. And there's also, so there's a third machine. There's the Maker, the Explorer, which is what I got. And then there's the Joy, which is the small little baby one that maybe you've seen. And that one is good for cutting cards. I mean, it's geared towards like simple, casual craft projects. Other things, the new technology, sorry, that came with that one when it came out was the ability to cut really long items. This has a limit of, well, technically it's like 23.5 inches in length and 11.5 in width. Typically most of your projects are going to be 11.5. It's a 12 by 12 mat, but it will only cut up to 11.5 inches square. So, because it has a little bit of like give, like a margin basically. The Joy was able to cut up to like 4 feet or something. It was like twice long. It's really cool. It's just not something I need. I really would love to have one. They're so cute. And it'd be fun to just pop it in and cut some simple projects. But it can't cut stickers. And that's something that I've been doing a lot on my Cricut. And it is limited in width because it is a smaller machine. So the reason I keep looking over here, the reason I got this machine is because it's basically a replacement for the one that I broke. The Air 2, so when they came out with the Air, basically it had Bluetooth capability, and this machine can cut faster than my current machine. Neither of those things mean anything to, they are not deal breakers to me. It's just basically this is like the closest thing to what I have right now. The actual inside parts are almost the same, like the outside's the same. I mean, the technology was improved on this one versus the one I had, but it functions pretty much exactly the same. It's perfectly acceptable and perfectly fine for planner crafts, basically. There's nothing for my planner that I don't think there's anything I could make for my planner on the Maker that I couldn't make on this Explorer. So there was just no point in purchasing it. Mine cost me $169. They retail, I think, at $199 or $189, something like that. Around $200. They're on sale right now for $169. And when I say on sale right now, that's anywhere you can find it. It's Black Friday week, and I purchased mine at Target. So what I think I'm going to try and do is get this video up as soon as possible. So if you have been looking to purchase one and this is the one you're looking for, you know about the deal. The reason I purchased it at Target is because you got a $20 gift card back. Every place is going to have this particular model for $169 because Cricut sets the price. It's not, the stores can't change it. They're the ones that say it can go on sale. Same for anything, for the Maker, for the Joy, any of those. If they're on sale for the same price everywhere. So when they're like price match guarantee in the ad, they're all the same. The things that the stores can do is like what Target did and give away their own add-on promotion, like the $20 gift card. So that was the best deal for us, $20 back. So we went with that. I actually did have gift cards too. But I mean, we were looking at buying this before. I was like, I think there's gift cards in my planner. So I'm really excited to open it. I haven't had a new one for 8 years. So it's really exciting. I remember opening it and my husband and I like watching it cut and draw, and it was so exciting. It was so cool. And I'd been wanting one for a really long time. So the only other deal that was better than $169, which is smart on Cricut's part, is buying it directly from Cricut. If you are an Access member, which is their subscription to their image library, that's something we will definitely discuss because people do not understand what that is. But if you're not already a subscriber, you can't get the additional discount, which is only 10%. 10%, it's not like I would have gone with that if it wasn't for this $20 gift card, because that would have saved me a few bucks. I know but when you're spending $169, a few bucks is a few bucks, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open this box and open the box with you, show you the parts because I already know the parts, so I can explain what they are to you guys. And hopefully we can set it up. I'm not sure I'm going to do that because I need to show you my computer screen and I haven't been able to get it to record video. I might need my husband's help with that, so I'll have to ask him tonight, I guess, to help me figure that out. The thing is, I really want to show you guys how to set this machine up. I know exactly what I'm doing. I've set up so many of these machines. I actually taught classes at Joann for a few years. So when they first brought them out, they were only at Joann when Cricut made that agreement to have classes taught. They were only at Joann. And I taught from the very first day they were offered until the pandemic when they stopped teaching classes at Joann. So I have taught many, many people how to use their Cricut, how to set it up, how to make all kinds of stuff. And we even did like a couple of times I did classes where people just came in and we played in the software so they could understand how it worked. We made like custom projects, all kinds of things. So I promise I know what I'm talking about. If I don't know the answer, I know where to find it. And I am happy to answer any questions you have. I wish we could do this in person, but you know, it's just not possible for me to meet with every single person in the world. So why don't we go open this up and see what the machine looks like. I'll tell you about what the parts are and how they work and what you can touch and not touch and all that stuff. I mean, spoiler, you can touch most of it. But yeah, let's go take a look at it. Okay, so this is kind of a weird angle. It's really hard to set this camera up because this box is so big. So this is what it looks like when you open it up. This is a mat. So you need this for the Cricut Explorer Air 2 or any Explorer. That's not true. You need this for any Explorer except the newest one, the 3. But you really need this for any material that's not a Cricut Smart material is what they call them. And basically those are materials that they've designed to work in conjunction with the machine so that you don't need a mat. That's cool. It's not a necessity, and again, that's a part of the reason I didn't want an upgraded machine right now. This says, keep it looking new, reuse this bag. So basically it's saying you can store it in this foam bag, I guess. My original Explorer came with a fabric bag. It's actually sitting right here. It's not like super high quality, but it's kept up, and I put it in there when I do store it, but typically I don't keep it stored anywhere. I keep it like on a table off the ground, closed up, basically when I'm not using it. You can get carts made specifically to fit Cricuts. I just have this on like a small like lap table. Like it stands on the ground, but it's just like a small inexpensive table that they sell. If you can see it right there. It's just one of those inexpensive tables that they sell, like a TV table or TV tray, I guess you'd call it. They don't really call them that anymore. I'm not gonna, there's some other stuff in here. Let me pull that out. So this is your welcome kit, they call it. Let me open it up for you guys. So if you need help, this is nice. This is very encouraging. You've got this and you've got us. So they are very, very accommodating in my experience with as far as customer service goes. Tutorials and troubleshooting. There's lots of stuff on there. Again, if it's something you're wanting to do right now, you can find help someplace like this. They have their own YouTube channel. You can chat with them. They have a live chat. That is great. I've used it multiple times for like product replacements, like material product replacements. Not my Cricut. I've never had a problem until now. They have support, or you can call. So maybe keep this with your stuff somewhere, but you can get online and find it. Let's get started. Oh, guys, I'm really bad at this. I'm so used to doing it like straight down. Okay, it says 1, unleash this beauty. Plug in and power on your fabulous new Cricut machine. Oh, this is funny. Mine didn't have this, I don't think. It's been so long. Get connected. just go to Cricut.com/setup. We'll walk you through every step. This is 100% true, which you'll see. We'll work on it. I'm going to skip the downloading because I've already actually had an update this morning on my computer, but I've already got the software. It's very easy. It's just like installing any other game or program on your computer. You just install it, make a little something. During setup, we'll make a practice project with materials in this box. Fun. Every Cricut comes with a practice project to show you how the machine works, basically. And then bookmark this page, Cricut.com/create. You'll find every resource you need to master your new machine. Enjoy. So they are very, very user-friendly. I will say that. The thing that I've had trouble with in the past, and we'll see if it's still like this, is when you go to do that first project, it kind of goes fast. Like some of the stuff, it tells you what to do, but then it like skips ahead too fast and you don't get to read everything or you miss stuff. So we'll kind of talk about that as we set up our machine, my machine. But that's really cute, that whole little setup. Okay. And then we got, guys, I'm really not good at this, Explore Air 2. Let's see, ready to get started. Tells you so this is going to walk you straight through setup, what's in the box. We are going to talk about all this stuff right here when I open it up. That's basically what's in your machine. Oh, this is fun. You know, we'll sit down and look at this here in a minute, maybe. I think this is a great intro. But if you're getting a machine, you'll get it. There's quick references in here. This is a nice book. I didn't get any of the stuff because they had different stuff. I had, like, the warranty statement. Okay, and then you get a couple pieces of pre-cut cardstock. That's what this is, too. It got bent a little. So we're going to make a card. That's what this one is for, with whatever tools are included. Okay, so I'm going to do is stop this and get the box out of the way so we can see the machine. Okay, guys, hopefully I don't knock the phone over. I moved some things. I think it's better. So you get a pen. You need this for your card. You get this cord, which is the cord that you can use to plug it into your laptop or computer or whatever you're using. It does have Bluetooth capability, so you can not use this particular cord if you don't want to, and you have that capability. I'm going to use the cord. I suppose I can try and I can see if I can get it to set up with the Bluetooth at some point. Maybe I can just do a video just on that, but typically I use the cord. And then this is your power cord. It's real nice. They've got these so you can store it. So this part goes into your Cricut, and that goes into your wall. Okay, and then let's get this open. Okay, and it just slides right off. Sorry, I'm shaking the whole, oh, I almost knocked it over. I probably should have done that before I turn the camera back on. So, I feel like it looks like it's falling off the table. I swear it's not. It's just the camera angle. Okay. We're going to get there. Okay, so here's my new machine. It's so beautiful. Pretty blue color. Okay. So this you remove. This is holding the doors closed. Also, this is how they know you've opened it, I guess. Likely. This is just some plastic covering on the end. I'm going to pull this off and come back. Okay, sorry it doesn't quite fit into frame, but let's open up. To open it, you just hit that machine, and this is how it works. It opens all by itself slowly. This is the one that's broken in my old machine. You can close it. Mine has you have to like force it, and then it cracked, so something got messed up inside. This you can remove. That's garbage. Okay, this is where you'll put your pen or other tools. There's a few tools that you can use in this machine. And then this is your blade. Okay, let me show you that while we've got it right here. So it fits inside here, and if you push on this back here, there's your little blade. It's magnetic. So if you go to replace it and you just put it in and let go, it pops right in, and pushing out is how you remove it. You push it in the back and pinch and pull. Just be careful. And when you get the new blade, It's typically, I probably have some in my old machine I can show you guys, but there's a cover over this, and you always think it's like going to be this side, but you pull the cover off and you just pop it in just like that. They do get dull over time. This you keep all the time. These you replace. And then you just pop it in and close this little door and it locks it in place. So this is the part that moves and cuts everything. You can do this very gently. Mine's tight. Okay, there we go. You can very gently move this for cleaning. If you need to move these right here, these are like little gripping wheels. Sometimes depending on your material, you have to slide these over. You can gently move the housing unit. That's what this is called typically, very easily. I would say don't touch this belt if you don't have to. Try not to touch this rod too much. You can clean all these parts. I wouldn't do the belt, but you can clean the rods in your machine. You can wipe it down with a baby wipe. It's safe enough for a baby's butt. It's safe enough for your machine. Don't like squeeze it all over your machine, but it's a safe, gentle, just get some unscented wipes, some cheap ones. Safe, gentle way to keep dirt, dust, and ink or oil or whatever, like grease. Sometimes there's grease that shows up from the machine moving. Let me just scoot it over a little. So this is just a little storage cup. You can put pens or pencils in here, tools. See, put my Cricut pen in there. Okay, so that's maybe stuff you use a lot. You also have storage down here. Sorry, I'm shaking the camera, guys. This is right here. There's a magnet strip. This is for the blades, like your extra blades. Can fit here, extra small tools. It's magnetic. And then here you can put, again, extra pens, tools, small pieces of a project, whatever you want. These are just storage compartments that are built into the machine. This you probably will not use. This is for a cartridge. Cricuts don't use cartridges anymore. They're called image sets online. So the old Cricuts did not have a computer software. You'd put a cartridge in and there'd be like this keyboard that you would put on top of the standard keyboard that came with it, and you'd punch in the size and what you wanted, and it would cut out die cuts. This machine originally was made for scrapbooking. Obviously, people use it for way more now. It's evolved quite past that. But if you have old cartridges or you know someone that has old cartridges, you can put it in here and use the software to unlock those image sets in Design Space. You can only do it once per cartridge. So once it's unlocked, the software knows it's unlocked, and that cartridge is basically worthless for the new machines. You can still use it on old machines if you want, but with the technology and advancement, like the thought of using one of those old machines, will be so much more time consuming. And when you're here, you're using these. They don't support those anymore. This is just for people that have cartridges. If your machine doesn't have this, if you have like a maker and it doesn't have this, you have cartridges, they sell an adapter that you can plug into your machine, because the makers don't come with that, I don't believe. So some of this stuff is the same as in the maker. So, if you do have a maker or you were gifted a maker, the features are fairly similar. So over here is our power button. Sorry guys, power button. This is to load and unload your mat. So this is your mat. This is a light grip mat. I typically use the medium grip or the standard grip, which is green, but you put it here. So what you want to do is hold it as far to this edge here. You slide them under these plastic as far this way as you can and up against the wheels. And then you press the load and unload. It tells you when you're working on it, and we'll do that practice project. Tells you when it's time to use something because it flashes. So this will flash, you'll load your mat and you'll press it, and you don't have to push hard, just give it some pressure against the wheels, it'll grab it, and you let go, and then you'll move on to your next step, which is cut. Typically, this will start flashing when it's ready, and then you'll hit cut. This is if you need to stop. It's a pause. I think that's kind of a universal symbol for pause. And then when it's all done cutting, you can unload, it'll flash again, and you can press the arrow, it'll unload, and you can take your mat out. Very simple, loading and unloading and cutting. It's really very easy to use once you get the hang of it. This style is to change how deep your blade cuts. So this is the lightest, and you can see it goes from light gray to dark gray. And this is on the Explorer models. This will not be on the Maker, and we'll talk about that in 1 minute. So this is going to be your lightest. So there's And these are just like some quick settings that are very commonly used. So paper, vinyl, iron-on, light cardstock bonded fabric, and poster board. So from lightest to thickest. There's dots in between. So there's one in between. So it'll be like vinyl plus a little extra pressure, iron-on plus extra pressure. So basically, if things aren't cutting the way they're supposed to, if they're not coming clean, you can pop it up one notch and maybe it'll cut better. As your blade dulls, you can go up a little bit. You can start playing with the settings a little bit as you get to know how the machine works. And then if you go to custom here, the software, when you're setting up the cut, will prompt you to pick something else from this huge long list of things that this machine can cut. And we'll look at that when we're going to play around with it. I'm trying to think what else. So this belt, you can actually adjust that inside, but you're not supposed to. The tension should be set to work the way it's supposed to. My daughter's yelling. I'm probably gonna have to go grab her. I'm almost done though. So this is the bar it runs on. This is the bar that moves the mat in and out. Those are basically the 3 items that it uses. So what happens is you lay out your project in the software, you tell it you're ready to cut, and the software tells the machine how many mats you're putting in and where to cut. There is a sensor under here so it can see for like print and cut or like where the corner, and you'll see it do this little dance thing where it lines up with the corner. It always starts here unless you have your image somewhere else on the screen. It'll default to this corner. I think that's everything. Let's look at so if you're going to close it, you just want to close the bottom first and then the top because they overlap. The last thing I'm going to show you guys, here's where your power cord goes. Here's where your cord for the computer goes. If you have an older Explorer, like I did, there was like a little door right here. That was so you could hook up a Bluetooth adapter. This one has it built in, so that was the benefit. For the Maker, if there's no dial in the Maker, it will default to this custom. It just goes right to, you just pick it right on in the software and the software will tell the machine which of these you're doing. It's no big deal. It also has, when it's open, I think it's when it's open, maybe it's right behind the door. There's like a space here that you can hold like a tablet or cell phone, or if you're using something like that, there's like a little bar, like recessed space here for your smart device. Again, in my experience, the full software on the computer works better than the stuff on the tablets or smartphones, but you can use both, and we'll again talk about that. I think that's it. So this is the Explorer. Again, you don't need anything more than this if you're doing planner related things. It's really easy to use. It's not scary at all. It's beautiful. So fun to see these. Oh, sorry guys. Brand new. And I'm so excited to have my own brand new one. Sorry it's not in the view very well, but I've kind of got, this is not something I'm used to filming. I don't have a high enough support for my phone, basically. You can see the light that I'm using is a support with a built-in light, like right here. And we're going to be moving all my craft stuff into the basement in the next few months, so it's going to completely change. But we're still going to be able to do stuff with the Cricut going forward. So leave a note down below. This has probably been a fairly long video already. So what we'll do is in the next video, we'll go through that little booklet together. We'll talk about the machine and we'll set it up on the computer and do that first project. And then let me know if you have any questions so far. I'm probably going to answer them, but if you do, go ahead and leave them down below. And I am really excited to start this journey with you if you're new to Cricut. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!